Hey, good evening and welcome to week 3 of our webinar and discussion. As in week 2, I'll probably talk for about 5 to 10 minutes, kind of giving you some tips, some observations that I'm making so far in the course. You can contact me right now via chat if you're up live, or you can view it at your convenience during the week, and I'll post it in announcements. So that's it in a nutshell. Yeah, I'll show my face at some point, but I think it's probably more important that we talk about what we need to talk about this week. So first, thanks for your submissions. One, I will be reviewing and have already started your Tata submissions, and I'm really enjoying that. As I mentioned in week 2, I hope you got something out of the simulation. And from the initial readings, it appears that you have. I really think it's a good model. Matter of fact, it's just fun to take on your own time and share with your colleagues as well at work. So the discussions for week 1 and 2 are also being reviewed right now. I will provide you feedback both in notes as well as your grades. And with the Tata discussion, I will send you again, additional notes, and probably shoot back an email as well, which brings up another point, and that is on communications. So I've raised previously, previously that I was going to set up phone conversations, and it appears to me that several of you we're all busy. You're busy with work, you're busy with family, you're busy with this course, and some would prefer to communicate via phone, and I'm happy to do that. What I would suggest is if you want to have a phone conference with me, the best times for me, but I'll work around your schedule, are generally from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Any day of the week, 7 days a week. I think you have my number. It's on the announcements as well as in the introductory comment from week 1. The second would be I'll give you routine correspondence and a status check on email that may work out better for you. But again, if you'd like to schedule a time to talk, either via Skype, via phone, however you prefer, just let me know. Drop me a note at my email address, and I'll get back to you. So again, my preference would be 7 to 9 Eastern Daylight Time, but I'm happy to work around whatever works with your schedule. So please take a look at that. If there are any special issues or concerns, share them with me. Several of you have been communicating, and I certainly appreciate that, and I enjoy hearing from you, and hopefully I'm giving you some feedback that you find helpful. I'm going back to share the screen. So again, on communications, your choice, phone or email, and feel free to set up a phone conference. But I don't want to feel I'm pushing you into a type of communication that may not be the best for your schedule. Let's talk a little bit about week 3, creating value through business level strategy and leading change. I want to tell you that week 3 provides, again, another opportunity to show your critical analytic skills, not only using the models and frameworks that you've been established so far in weeks 1 and 2 and now 3 in this course, but also in your previous courses of discussion of the MBA program, as well as from your life experiences. And don't sell yourself short on how important those life experiences are. They may be anecdotal in some cases, they may be lacking in critical research, but those experiences resonate with us. We can all share those experiences with each other, and I think it's very helpful, including in the discussions. So please keep those going. So this week, we're going to be looking at a Pepsi case study, and this is our first group course. I'm going to give you a laydown on some recommendations I've got, knowing that you've already been working in groups, but some things that hopefully we'll find helpful together. Another note on discussions. So discussions for week 3 and 4 will be graded together just as they were in week 1 and 2. And again, you'll be getting your grades for week 1 and 2 in coming days. So be looking for that. I would like to also make a comment on discussions. And Again, the discussions have been very high quality, high caliber. They're showing critical analysis. They're showing research. When possible, it certainly is helpful to include graphs and charts. They have been in APA format, so I've been very impressed on that as well. A couple comments on when you post those in and how I look at it from a grading perspective. You may have a brilliant discussion. It may truly be brilliant. But if you post it at Tuesday evening and there are only 3 hours left for your colleagues to comment, that's challenging, right? So part of the discussions is, in fact, the back and forth and the query that we can have as academic professionals. So I ask that you be mindful of that whenever possible for your other classmates to comment. Please consider at least getting your initial discussions in earlier. Now, again, I know your work schedule and life schedule can interfere with that, but if at all possible, we want to make sure we give our colleagues enough time to contribute back because, again, they're very high caliber, and I appreciate that. So again, that's enough of me. So let's talk about what it's like working as groups and how this is going to go, just some recommendations. So I know in most cases, and we'll go over the groups in a second, you've already worked together, and that's great. So for most of you, this is going to be a review, but I think it's important. One, assign roles. Know what your roles are. Establish the tasks. You'll see in the case study there are specific bullets, and you can play out what, who's going to do the SWOT analysis, for example. Make sure that's clear. But the second part of that is once you have that role, I hope you don't just work in a vacuum. The key part of a group project is to understand it's a collaborative environment. But I would ask that you set up drafts so that you can review each other's work and don't wait until the last moment. That's why the schedule is so important. So establish a schedule up front. Again, I would hope you're thinking of that already. Some of you have. That schedule has to be adhered to. This week is going to go very, very quickly, and remember that others are depending on you. So just be mindful of that. A little more on working as groups. So there's research expected of this assignment. That's critical research, academic journals, use EBSCO, use our UMUC library. But I'm looking for your critical research, and I'm also looking for you demonstrating the whole key this week is understanding the frameworks and models from the first 3 weeks. That includes this week. So yes, Porter's 5 forces, but also SWOT analysis. And I'm looking for a depth of that understanding, and I'm also looking at you hopefully tying in those central themes. So it should be the paper, the group paper should be 12 to 15 pages long. I've had some questions on your first paper assignment. How closely do I adhere to that? Quality counts, but also remember that it's very possible as you become a C-level executive, as most of you will, I'm confident, you're going to have standards that you're going to be expected to adhere to, and those restrictions could be page limits and everything else. So if it's 15.5 or 16, do I look at that as, oh my gosh, that's horrible? The answer is no. But if it's more than 20% over, that would be serious. That probably means that you're showing disrespect for the reader. Again, if you're a C-level executive, your CEO may literally ask for 12 to 15 pages because they don't have time to read a 20-page paper. So be mindful of that. Try and be concise. And I actually think with a group paper, 12 to 15 pages could be a challenge for some. If there are issues in you don't understand the assignment, it's not clear what the expectations are, you don't know what should be in the paper, please let me know. I'll certainly do all I can to help, and I always try to respond at least within 1 day, and generally much sooner than that. But please set a timeline, and lastly, don't get behind on that timeline. Then the last point, kind of how I started, which is the discussions. It's easy now to get fixated on the group paper. I know I would, and I know you will. don't forget also that the discussions continue, and that's also important, an important part of your grade, an important part of your academic experience. So please keep going on that front. I want to review for you the groups. For most, we have 3 groups. So MBA champions is Chelsea, Laura, Clevin, Philip, and Justin. The gladiators, Kenrika, Sandra, Dominique, Shamikia, and Alejandra. And Team Agora is Sean, Lauren, Patrick, Andrew, and Danny. Again, I'm looking forward to the discussions. I'm really looking forward to this group assignment. You're going to be continuing to work together, so it's important we get that dynamic down now. I know the schedule's tough. I know that you've been working hard on the MBA program, and at this point, you just want it to be done. So it will be done, but to get done, you have to continue to do the work. So you have to hang in there. Again, we're already at week 3. It's going very quickly. It's going quickly for me. I know it's going quickly for you too. I would just ask that you continue to hang in there, continue to do the readings. Don't get behind. If you have challenges, please let me know. I'm really proud of the work you've done so far. Keep it up, and I look forward to seeing your papers and your discussions this week. Let's have a great week 3. Bye-bye.